Okay, so the book that I would like to discuss with you today is Stone Mirrors. I read it digitally, so I don't have a physical copy, but I read it on the Kindle app and it was really great. The book is written by Janine Atkins, and it's from 2016 or 17. It's very new, so it hasn't been out too long. But it's a really great book about the life of Edmonia Lewis. She was a sculptor that lived in the 1800s, so she was alive when the Civil War happened, when slavery was made illegal by Abraham Lincoln, that kind of thing. So it's really interesting to read Janine Atkins' take on what Edmonia Lewis's life was like when she was growing up. So the story starts off when she goes to boarding school, and she's at a Christian school and she's trying to make friends, but then all of a sudden something happens and her friends kind of betray her and she's in a court case. So it happens all really fast and she has to get a lawyer, all this stuff. Then she decides to move to Boston instead of finishing her degree at that school. And throughout her life, she really is intrigued by art. She really likes art, but at the boarding school she didn't have a lot of her own materials because she's black, and so she came from her aunts are from an Indian tribe, and so they would sell things near Niagara Falls. And so when she came to this boarding school, she didn't have a lot of money, so she wasn't able to do a lot of art. But then when she moved to Boston, she was able to do a lot more art because she lived with a woman that had a connection. She was able to be an apprentice, and then she moved to Rome, and that's really when she got her art underway. And so she loves sculpting. So you can see here in the picture, this is Edmonia Lewis, and that is her sculpture. And her sculptures are actually featured at the World Fair in real life. So this book was great because, one, it's poetry, so it's really unique. It wasn't a narrative, but it was really cool the way that the author has written this book. And then two, because it's historical fiction, so it tells the life of Edmonia Lewis and her sculpting. So I'd like to read an excerpt from the book. It's towards the end. Sorry, it's on a Kindle, so I can't just flip to the page really fast. Okay, here we go. It's called Stone Mirrors, which is the title of the book. It's towards the end, and it's not adjusting, but oh, here it is. You can see it. No, okay. Edmonia raises her arms to sculpt the body of a girl. She can't see, but must find through her hands. She aims a chisel, taps a mallet, cuts a narrow path until she feels breath on her wrists. Imagination and stone collide. She chips marble, memory, a plain shift that falls just below the knees of a girl who has hardly dared ask for a cup of water. Her clasped hands stretch out. One leg is set before the other as if striding, but in danger of falling. And this quote, it really kind of tells about Edmonia's sculptures and how she was making them. And it was really unique. It was really cool to read. You can kind of see, there we go. You can see it's written in a poetry form. And so I think in a real book with larger pages, it would all be just one line. But on the Kindle, it automatically adjusts. So that's really cool. Edmonia is she's growing up. So she's about 16 years old to maybe 20 in this book, but it also has an excerpt at the end that tells a lot of the historical facts about her life and what they actually have about her life, the real hard facts, because a lot of this is historical fiction. I would really recommend this book. It's very unique, it's very well written, and it also helps you to connect with the character very well. Edmonia is the only character that stays in the book the whole way through. She has friends, but they either are just at the school, they don't have Twitter and Instagram to keep up with each other, so it's very different from today. So her friends are only in one section of the book. Let's see. There's not really a problem other than, well, I guess there is a problem where she's trying to find herself. So that's really neat, where she's trying to find where she fits in the world, because she's half Indian, but she's half Native American, or not Native American. She's Native American and she is black. And so her dad was supposedly a free slave, and so she's not really sure where she fits there because she's from two different races. But then also she tries to go to boarding school and that doesn't work out, and she tries to go to this other city, and she's just trying to find where she belongs and what she can contribute to the world. And she did contribute to the world, and so there's not a lot of facts about Edmonia Lewis after She had a sculpture in the World Fair that was very famous. She just kind of fell off the grid and people don't really know what happened. So it's just very interesting to learn about her life. So I would definitely recommend it. It wasn't a very hard read. It was quite easy, but it was a little long. But it would be easy to use definitely excerpts because they're all written poems. And so the chapters are very short. You can move very quickly. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this book, Stone Mirrors, to anyone who would love to read about historical fiction, about sculpting, about what it's like to be an artist, and what it's like to find your place in the world, and even be betrayed by friends or make new friendships and just learn about other people. So that's Stone Mirrors, and I hope that you get to read it soon.